Okay, welcome back to Consumer Maths. This time we're going to be talking about the cost per unit size. So this is where we're looking at the products in the supermarket, and we've got a small box and a medium box and a big box of the same product, and this is sort of where the calculations come from so that you can compare the different size products based on their cost to work out which is the cheapest. Most supermarkets by law actually on the price will have a cost per 100 grams. I don't know why cost per 100 grams, and it allows you to compare. The only thing that will complicate this is maybe shelf life could be a reason why buying the largest, cheapest per unit size package might not be the best option. For example, you could buy a dozen eggs for a particular price, and you use all the eggs before they sit on your kitchen shelf for too long and go bad. Or you could buy a truckload of eggs for much cheaper per egg, but you would never get round to using them all. So quite a lot of them would spoil and it doesn't actually work out cheaper. So that's something to keep in consideration. So I'm just going to jump straight in with some examples. This is the 1.7. So we're told that a 180 gram chocolate costs $3.50. And they're asking us to find the cost per kilogram, the cost per 100 grams, and the cost per grams. Kilogram, 100 grams, and the cost per gram. So the only difference between these is the cost per these different sizes. And really the maths involved is working out how many is converting the weight or the size of the product into multiples of these amounts. So before I do any calculations, I'm going to say the cost per kilogram, 180 grams, there is 1,000 grams per kilogram. So to turn this into kilograms, I need to divide by 1,000. So this equals 0.18 kilograms. As far as cost per 100 grams goes, how many lots of 100 grams do we have here? I'm going to divide that by 100. 1.8 lots of 100 grams. That's sort of my units. And the cost per gram, we've got 180 grams, divide that by 1, so we've still got 180 grams. So these are the numbers I'm going to be using. And sort of like with the percent, we're going to be making a bit of a fraction. So now that I've worked out what 180 grams is in kilograms, 100 grams and grams, I can work that one out, we can do the calculations for part A. And I sort of want you to be able to see that there's a relationship between all of these. So the cost per kilogram, we've got our dollar value, $3.50, and I'm just going to divide it by how many kilograms there are in the chocolate bar, which is 0.18, which equals so $19.44 per kilogram. So if the chocolate is $3.50 for this much, at that same rate, a kilogram would cost you $19.44. B, it's the same calculation, except instead of 0.18, we're going to be 0.018, we're going to be using this number. So the cost per 100 grams is $3.50 divided by the amount of 100 grams, 1.8. And this equals, now I want you to notice that this and this, there's just a factor of 10 in there. So this is going to come out to $1.94 per 100 grams. So 350 divided by 1.8. And finally part C, cost per gram, same thing, $3.50 divided by how many grams we've got. It's going to be 0.0194. So this is dollars per gram. So really it's 1.9 cents per gram of chocolate. So that we're only talking about one bar of chocolate here, but this is just converting it into different versions. The cost per kilogram, 100 grams, gram. Okay, I'm going to rub that out. So we've got a couple more examples where now we're going to compare the same product in two different sizes and prices. Okay, let's go. So we're told that a value box of biscuits containing 120 biscuits cost $8.90, and a small packet of biscuits, same biscuits, we get 28, costs $2.40. Which is the best value based on the cost per biscuit? Best value based on cost per biscuit. Okay, so this is easy. We're going to take the cost of the big packet and divide it by 120, the cost of the small packet and divide it by 28 to give us a cost per biscuit. So, do the first one, $8.90 divided by 120, this is the large, and that equals 0.074 $8. Leave it at that. Biscuit. Small one is $2.40 divided by 28 biscuits, and that's going to give us, I'm going to leave it with dollars, 0.0857 per biscuit. So now comparing these numbers, the small packet, it costs a bit more than 8.5 cents per biscuit, whereas if you buy the large packet, it costs just under 7.5 cents per biscuit. So the large one is better value for money per biscuit. Okay, that's makes a lot of sense. Okay, so here's the complication. Both packets have a shelf life of 6 weeks. So both go stale this is where you'll see. And you estimate that you will eat 12 biscuits per week. 12 biscuits per week. So now, based on the shelf life, which is the best value for money now? So if we look at the large packet, first of all, I'm just going to quickly go 12 times 6, that is 72. So in 6 weeks, I'm only going to eat 72 biscuits. So if I buy the large packet with 120 biscuits in, there's going to be 48 biscuits that go stale, which I'm going to have to throw away. So based on this, only eating 72 of 120, we're going to end up with a different, because we're chucking 40 something biscuits away, we're going to end up with a different price. And now I'm going to recalculate. I've paid $8.90, but I'm only eating 72 of them. So now my cost per biscuit is 12.3 cents per biscuit. With the small packet, 28 biscuits. So I want to keep eating biscuits for these whole 6 weeks. I go in and buy the first one, and I eat 12 in the first week, and I eat 12 in the next week, and then I've got 4 left in the packet. It's still only 2 weeks, so I can eat those 4, go and buy a fresh packet, which then has 6 weeks shelf life. Eat those for another 2 and a bit weeks. And at the end of the day, because I don't have to buy all of the 72 biscuits at the start of those 6 weeks, the small packet is still fresh. So the price per biscuit of the small packet is still this. So now when we compare the two, let's just write this. So due to 6 week shelf life, the small packet is better value for money. Okay, and I think that's all that we really need to talk about for cost per unit size. So really, stuff to be careful of is don't divide the amount, whether that be a weight or like that, in this case, like a number. Don't divide that by the money. The money has to go on the top of the fraction. Otherwise, you're working out how many biscuits you get per dollar instead of the cost per biscuit. You're working out biscuits per dollar if you put the money at the bottom. Okay, that's all.